Hello, it's me, JMGames, and I'm here playing Planet Zoo. We is to be back in our Africa franchise mode series. And in today's episode, we're going to be making a brand new enclosure for the Nile Monitor. And it's going to go right here. We're going to be trying our best to make manual barriers. Previous episode, I showed you guys how to use normal barriers, like these barriers, okay? I'm going to be using null barriers. And when using null barriers, you're meant to make your own barriers, okay? If you guys don't understand that, don't worry, okay? We'll be going through it in this episode. Stick along to the end and you guys will figure it out as well. But without further ado, hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm having a great day. Subscribe, like, comment, share. If you want to name any of the animals, okay, any of the animals in the zoo, just give me a name suggestion and you'll get a shout out at the end of the episode. Like I mentioned, we're going to build the enclosure around here. And the reason why I'm going to build it around here is because I kept this section empty, because I wanted to build something on this curvature, okay? So when guests come in, they see this, educated, they walk here, see this, educated, and then I'll probably start another enclosure around here, or I'm gonna link this to something else. But we'll see. But before we do that, let's check the Nile Monitor out. So the Nile Monitor, found in Africa, they need a group size of 1 to 2. Okay, 1 male, 2 females, or if it's a male bachelor group, then it's 2 males only. If it's a female, 3 max. 2 to 10 offspring per pop, which is insane. We're just gonna have 2 in here. Okay, we're gonna have 2, and let's say they have 10 kids. We're gonna need this much space. We're gonna have a lot more space than this, and they need a grade 2, 0.5 meters high. Let's start off with the barrier. We're gonna grab the null barrier, and the null barrier is a barrier that is null. So if you don't know what null means, null is like nothing. That's the easiest way of explaining it, like nothing. So this is see-through, as you can see, which means animals can walk through that. And the way to prevent that is by building your own barriers, which I will get to in a bit. So first of all, I'm going to lay this out. I think I'm going to get it all the way till here, and this is going to be the entrance for the keepers. I'm going to build it fairly big. I don't want it too small, but we can edit it if it is too small. So if we remember, they need a size of 450. Okay, I'll do 700. Let's do 700. Okay, so as you can see, there's no barrier. We can't see it. So if you double click where you place it, you bring it up again. Or if you click the barrier, it'll come up. Let's build the gate. We're gonna put it right there. We're gonna check how much space right now. 900. Perfect. Okay, and then let's say I don't like the shape. I could double click like I showed you last episode and manually move it, make it so it fits the curvature. Okay, the thing about null barrier is there's this bug where when you're trying to edit the null barrier, it kind of, you see this? I have to move my camera instead of my mouse. Look, my mouse doesn't move this, my camera does. That's a bug. I don't know if they'll ever fix it because number 2 is coming out, but it is what it is. We can low-key move this as close as we want, if I'm being honest, because null barriers doesn't care about anything. Okay, perfect. This is a straight line, kinda. In the future I can fix it if anything. Let's bring this, let's do this. Where is it? See, I have to move my camera for that. Let's do that and then drag this down here. Okay, that looks straight to me. If it isn't, it's all good. Okay, perfect. And now, JM, are we going to build the barrier? Yes, Timmy, we are. So if you go to construction, I believe it is. Yeah, if you go to construction, you can type in stuff like beams or wooden poles. Mainly beams, actually, here. I usually type in wood. Does that work still? I don't know. Let me check. It does, kind of. This is where you construct stuff. So if you want to take a look, see at these, they're called beams. So if you type in beam, you get all these beams, and you can use any of these to make the structure I'm about to make. I'm just going with the flow. I haven't practiced off camera yet. I should have, but I was busy this week, so I couldn't. So let's see. Do we want it round? I'm thinking, do we want it round? Do we want round beams or do we want square ones? Round. That's a tall one. We don't need it that tall, if I'm being honest. So let's see if we can't find it. Yes, this is perfect, actually. The square one as well. So the way I would usually do it is, if it was a square enclosure, what I would do is do this. I'm gonna quickly make something real quick. Let's do this. Let's pretend this mesh is in between. Boop, boop, boop. let's say this is a barrier. Okay, I will do this and then duplicate, and I would build it like this if it was a square. But since it isn't a square, I'm gonna have to manually build each section. That's the challenge, you know, challenge of making something round like that. So we use, what beam did we use? If we double click, we use the, oh yeah, we have to click no climbable. The reason why you click no climbable is because even if the animals in the enclosure can't climb it, it takes resource to make it climbable still. So whenever you have trees and stuff like this, let's say here, let's say this was climbable, nothing's using it to climb. There's no need for it to have climbing, okay? Because if you have climbing objects, it has like, the mesh changes to be climbable. I'm not explaining it. If you kind of get it, you kind of get it. If you don't, it's all right. Just know that if you have a climbable beam in an enclosure with a climbable animal, it will escape. If you have a climbable beam and you don't want to use it for climbing enrichment, turn it off because that takes resources. Essentially. Okay, essentially. Actually, let's do it how I wanted to do it actually originally. Let's do it how I usually do it, and then we'll manually edit it once we do it. So we get a floor, a random floor, whatever you want to choose, okay? A random floor, right? And then we're going to grab this. We're going to put this right at the edge. Yes, we're going to attach it to the group as well. In place. Like that. Now this is one group, right? So we're going to edit the group. We're going to do the same thing again. This will make our life a lot easier. We're going to have to click, dupe, activate, snap, rotate, boop, boop. Nice. And then what I'm going to do is raise this a little because I want it to be evident. And then this is going to go one more out. Let's do like that. We don't want it over the edge, so we're going to bring it in a little. Check, 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 check. Yeah, that's perfect. We tick there. Nice. Then we're going to duplicate this over. And we're going to align it perfectly. Chat, wait. I actually aligned that perfectly first try. Okay, we do like that. Okay. Now, the top section, we can just do this. Duplicate that. Just drag it up. So we don't have to make it again. Boop. And as you guys can kind of see, this is going to be like the barrier, mesh barrier. So now what we're going to do is click this and we're going to grab a mesh. My favorite, we can grab a mesh or grab one of these glasses. Honestly, look at that. Perfect fit. You see that? Perfect fit. But we're going to do mesh because why the heck not? So I don't see all the meshes here. So I want to do this mesh. If I can spell, there we go. And then this is perfect size for 2. And if it isn't, we can make it fit. And as you can see, when I'm hovering over it, it lifts above it. But what you can do is go to where you want it and then drag it down by holding shift until it's perfectly sun. Thank you. I think I'm going to make it closer. Where do we want? Let's make it here. I think that's good there. Yeah, that's perfect. And then we duplicate this over. And the best way to make it look good is by aligning the grids. Wait, you'll see here. Look, look. You see how these aren't aligned and it looks odd. So the best way to make it look like one natural thing is aligning these. And now it looks like one mesh. And bada bing, bada boom, our fence mesh gate is done. Now, what we can do is press duplicate and it duplicates the whole thing over. You see that? And then we can get rid of this. We could do this. We're going to delete the bamboo thing after, obviously. But for now, we just do this. Drag it in. There we go. We can perfectly align it. Oh, to rotate it like this, chat, you hold Z, by the way. Hold Z to do that. And then, if you want to go up or down, you hold shift. Just trying to make sure everything is lined up. Doesn't matter how close or anything you make it. As long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters. I'm not going to do this, the whole enclosure. I'm only doing it the section where I want the guests to see. Does that make sense? The rest, we're going to make actual barriers. But I wanted to demonstrate what you can do with it. Bada bing, bada boom. And that's going to be the viewing for the guests. And then the rest. So what I will do is grab this little one. Grab it all the way to this section. And then click on this. And then the rest, I'm going to make. We'll decide. I think I'm going to make it like wood or something. There's no... I'm thinking wood. Wait, something's blocking it. Okay, we shall see. What's preventing it? Huh? I think it's because it was inside the wood beam. Maybe. There we go. See, it looks a lot better like that, you know? That looks cool, right? And then we're going to do the rest like this. So let's grab the rest. Till here, I believe. Wait, something preventing it. So the way you figure that out is by just trying and error. Honestly, see? I think it's this. It's too close. Nope. Maybe this. Nope. Maybe this. Nope. Maybe this. Nope. Maybe this. Yes. I believe it's too close. Too close. Too close. Too close. So the best way I would do is drag it out, place it, and then bring it back in. Bada bing, bada boom. And you don't want these blue ones out. You want them over a little. Okay, let's say I put it like this, guys. And then the animal, okay, walks out of this blue. It will be considered escaped. And guests will run away. But to prevent that, you drag it a little over. I'm going to over exaggerate it so you guys can see. But yeah, there we go. And then this mesh is not climbable. I made sure these meshes, everything. Okay. And now that we're done, we can click these individually and delete them. Bada bing, bada boom. Our enclosure is done. Now we're going to bring in the Nile monitors. I bought some off camera. Okay, guys. What's this? It needs a security guard. Okay, bet. Do that. I'm not going to assign the security guard anything. And I believe security guard's one of those... Yeah, you can't adjust their work. But he'll just do his thing. Unless I need to add him. Let me add him to the... mech. Mech goes everywhere. So, let's do that. Now this enclosure has been added. We have to add that to the workspace as well. So we're going to click on zoo. We're going to go to staff, work zone, mechanic. We're going to drag that over because that's a new job. Then we click up here to go to work zone and drag that because that's a new work zone for the keepers. And now we go buy some. I bought some earlier. Okay, you click here. I usually click the price and then price again and check the ones here. I got a gold male. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fertility is 0. Uh-oh. That's a good female. And it's young. And it's gold. Copped. I bought it, chat. We're going to reset this. We're going to type in Nile Monitor. Nice. And we got gold male, gold female. We're going to click on these guys. And we're going to send them to, that's right, the quarantine. Because we can't have them out here willy-nilly without the quarantine, okay? Because we can't have that. We can't have them sick. Because sometimes you may have a sick animal, you put it in, and then you're going to have to bring it out again. You might as well get it done with it and bring it both in healthy. But we're making V-Bucks. We can make more V-Bucks, okay, by adding shops and stuff and food stuff, which we're going to do, okay, which we're going to do. I might make, okay, the pathway go this way, okay, and then add another enclosure here. Or maybe a food drink court here, which will be amazing. Because this is the entrance. And maybe you want food straight away. Drink, toilets, I don't know. You know, you want some snacks as you're going to the animals. They had babies while I was working. They're free. Is that enough play? No. See, when you have more kids and stuff, you're going to have to add more enrichment. So food enrichment is low. So I'm going to put a barrel right here. That's good. That's good. I want to put a grazing ball. Another one. Boop. And I'm going to put a salt block. Let's put it. Wait, why is it not letting me place it? It wasn't letting me place the salt block. I'll just leave it here actually. So 2 animals are ready to leave quarantine. We're going to click this. We're going to click. Hopefully we have some albino offspring. I think she's albino. We'll see. I forgot to check. So this needs a mechanic. We'll do this. So another thing I didn't tell you guys last episode is facilities like these have negative effect. As you can see, to lessen the negative effect, you can add scenery resources to reduce it, which we will do eventually because we're going to have to. We're going to add 2 Nile monitors. We're going to pause the game. Okay, 2 added. We're going to let the game run a little. They're going to be a little sad. Pause. Now we're going to do the enclosure. Okay, there's no water, too much long grass, not enough soil, not enough rock. Foliage is okay. They don't need any, but I'm going to add some. Social group, perfect. No issues. First of all, let's quickly add some donation bins. 1k. That's actually insane. That's actually insane. 1k. And then we're going to add education. Yep. Okay, never mind. I'm just going to place it myself. So we're going to do facilities. We're going to go to education. This speaker thing is, I think of that as education. And then we're going to go speaker. And then we're going to put the speaker ball. We're going to click on it. We're going to click this Nile Monitor. And then we're going to drag it and see. So this is an overlap. Okay, you guys wouldn't have known this until you have 2 or more. So when guests go over this, they're going to hear both. And it's going to give them a headache. That's how I think of it as. Like when you hear too much noises, too much things, and you can't focus, this is like a headache zone. And they'll complain about it. So what I like doing is just bring it a little lower. Okay, and then dragging this until I'm going to put it around here. Okay, and the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to move that one, but we're going to duplicate. Wait, what did it in place? I'm going to put it, like I mentioned, around there, and then we're going to duplicate this and we're going to put this one there. Bada bing, bada boom. And you may be asking, JM, there's duplication though. Yes, little Timmy, there is. But the reason why I left it is because now I'm going to click this. Uh-oh. There we go. I'm going to click this and I'm going to lessen this to 19. Let's see. 19. There we go. And it's because the viewers aren't going to watch them until they reach this point. So there's no point of the audio reaching this section. I just had it there just for funsies. For the Nile Monitor, they can see the Nile Monitor all the way till this gate. And so the education makes sense for it to cover this section. Does that make sense? There we go. And now, whenever we click, bada bing, bada boom, we're going to have to change this. Easy peasy. And I'm going to place another one here. And then I'm going to place another one here. And last one here. Maybe put one over it. Might as well. Because more education, the better. Because like I mentioned last episode, the more the guests are educated, the more willing they are to spend money. And another education thing you guys can place is these things. These little things here. Okay. These things, guests like kind of taking pictures with them and like reading about it. And so it's perfect for like education. These are little toys that the kids can play with. And this thing, habitat cameras, just place them anywhere in the habitat, okay? And it will bring in, I don't know why it's rotated like that. It'll bring in, okay? If we look down here, I'm going to zoom into it. Marketing. Okay, if I press play. Wait, it didn't increase the marketing. Oh, it did. There we go. You see how the marketing is like half a star? One of these gives 1/4 of a star. So I put 2, so it's half. Does that make sense? For each animal, you can only place 1 and it will count for 1. Yeah, I taught you guys a lot today. Damn. Okay. Now we're going to do the enclosure and this is going to be a time lapse and I'm going to be yapping through it, okay? So I'll see you guys in a bit. Enjoy. Hello, time lapse JM here, and today we're doing the time lapse for the Nile Monitor. You probably already know, but just saying it. So in this enclosure, Nile Monitors, I try to make the foliage level to the level of their requirements instead of like the buffalo where I went over the top, okay? I wanted to see how much I could do with the level that they need, okay? So it turns out amazing, let's just say. I use a lot of rocks here, okay? Because I can't use as much foliage, so I use the rocks instead. Here, as you guys saw, I built a bridge, okay, over the water where the staff can use it and the animals. And I made it so that they can swim underneath. Now monitors love the water, so they're going to spend a lot of time in the water. So I wanted a little hidey spot for them under the water where they can hide, chill, you know, relax. Here, I'm building a little cave for them, just so they have a little hidey spot where they can nest, where they can have their babies in safety, you know, RP+1. And it looks cool. and it looks cool. They love rocks, so I try to make it as rocky as possible. I try to fill in this gap, make it look more el natural. Okay, I didn't want to make it look like rock floating, boom boom, like dash rocks. Okay, make it look like messy, like natural, like it's been here for years. I sink the other rocks in as deep as I can, but have them appear a little above so it fills it in. Here I'm putting the feeder on a rock, because why the heck not? It makes it look like, you know, they need to come up to it to eat. Okay, it isn't just on the floor messy, but on a rock where it's clean. Here you can see I'm just copying and pasting this aquatic thingy. Because I use the same color as the other rock, I can use these and it will look decent. And here I'm making my own version of these, okay, using the rocks that I've been using the whole time. Okay, here's an example of what I'm trying to do. I sink them in just so that just the tip of the rock is showing, okay, to make it look like it's a bunch of them. Instead of big rocks, they're small rocks. And you can raise them up, raise them low, depending on how much depth you want. And it turns out amazing. I still haven't put any foliage in because I'm still sorting out the enrichment, sorting out everything. Look, as you guys can see, look at them swimming. They literally just swim the whole time. And if you click on them and then press the hotspot, you can see if they can get out the water. And they can, as you guys just saw. Here I'm filling in the bank, making it look like it's lush, foresty. Not foresty, but you know, like the Nile Monitor, like Niles, you know, like jungly in a sense, with like trees, foliage. Here I'm putting in tree right there and the grass to fill in the rocks, make them look like there's more to the rocks than just plain rocks. It gives depth to it, you know, like rocks appearing through the cracks, you know, the grass appearing through the cracks of the rock. I mean, here as you can see, I think the tree and the other foliage made it so that the keepers couldn't get around, but I needed to make sure the keepers can, so they can take care of everything. Here I thought I was using dirt, instead I was using rock, but yeah. Yo guys, welcome back. Hope you guys did enjoy that time lapse. Let me know what you guys think of this enclosure. I try to do as much as I can without upsetting these guys this time round, because look at this, it's literally on the line, like a little more and it's GG's. I tried to make it so the keeper can climb over, but then I think I added too much rocks around it, so now the keeper can't get over. And in the time lapse, I'm not sure if I caught it, I saw one of them swim underneath it. I was like, yes, let's go. I want to make like a little bridge for them to swim under. It'd be so sick. And everything is worked out. Everything looks good in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think, okay? Let me know what you guys think. But so far, so good. Look at these guys. Wait, are they going underneath? Are they going underneath? Are you going underneath? Go, 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 go. You got this, you got this. If you get under there, I'm gonna be so happy. You got this, brother. You got this, bro. Let's see. Oh my god. No, don't just sit there. Just go all the... He's turning around. But yeah, I saw one swim through it. And I know they can swim through it, because if we look at the, you know, movement patterns, they can go under there. So that's what matters, honestly. And I put a little rubber ducky in there. So I don't know why the water jet's under there, actually. I should move that out here. So yeah, the ducky floats and they'll play with it, I think. I'm not too sure if they will, but they should. Fingers crossed, you know. Fingers crossed. But the male is, you know, gold rated. The female is gold rated, and she is albino. Perfect. I want some albino babies. I'm gonna sell them on here, make some V-Bucks to buy even more animals. That's how you make the most conservation credits, is by sending it to players, not releasing them. Releasing them is good for, like, you know, getting stars on them. Releasing them stars, you know, there's like, you can track your progress on releasing them and bringing them back into the wild and stuff. But that's not the best way to make conservation credits. The best way is to sell them on the market. People will usually buy them up. The only animal I'd say is better to sell on, no, release into the wild is cheetah. That's how you make conservation credits. I might make a tutorial on that, honestly. But besides the point, everything is going smoothly at JM's Wildlife Africa. W's. But yeah, if you guys want to name any of them, do let me know down in the description below. And I think that's going to be it. I did mention I was going to add, I think I mentioned, I don't think I did actually, a food court here, but not this episode. Obviously not this episode, but like eventually a food court here, okay? A food court around here that the guys can just walk around, buy food, you know, eat them up, give me more V-Bucks. And it'll be perfect because look, there's enough space for like, if you guys do want to win a name suggestion, remember to leave some names down in the description below. Let me know what you guys want to see next. And I think the next animal I think I want to do is either maybe something small like a springbuck. You know, the entrance, I don't want amazing animals at the entrance. All right, not saying springbuck isn't amazing, but it isn't a lion, it isn't an elephant, it isn't a giraffe. Okay, those will be later on to entice the audience to go through the zoo, you know. So I think I'm gonna do springbuck or gazelle. So you guys pick springbuck or gazelle. They literally look the same, but let me know. Let's go. And now I got more education, more enrichment. W's. Like always, subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, homies. Bye bye.